Jason here. Little dude. Where are we headed? Well, that's right. We're heading to a little town. And we're going to see if we can get on a train. We're heading to Brunswick, Maryland for their railroad days. And if you could see some of the splendid beauty that I'm seeing right now.
I see this now.
Probably cannot. Crossing over the bridge, Harper's Ferry. And then in the lovely Northern Virginia. And so we are going to go check out Rail Days of Brunswick, Maryland, and then we're going to see if we can get a train ride. There's one that leaves at 1. We're kind of pushing it. And then we'll see if we can get on one or the one at 3 o'clock. Either way. Brunswick bound. Coming on. Well, we did it. We walked in and scored the last 2 tickets for the 1 o'clock ride. So we'll check her out. Oh, I think that's the line over there. We'll check it out. Ow! Looks like the line is starting to move. Hopefully we can get the little feller in a window seat. Double decker. Never been on one of these.
Just compare price-wise to actual.
Woo! Are you excited, man?
Yep, we're on the train.
Awesome. Who's more excited, me or you? That's right. Woo! Kip.
I know.
We're moving.
Yep,
Awesome, huh?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. This is the MARC. This is the MARC T932 MARC train to Buck Lodge, milepost BA 30.0. On the way to Buck Lodge, we'll be making station stops at Corner Rock, Dickerson, and Barnesville. If you guys have any questions, please let the conductor know. Restrooms are located. 2 restrooms on the rear 2 cars, and there's 1 restroom on the head car. Thanks.
What about, do you like oranges?
We're actually.
Do you like...
See how the fields get gold with the soybean leaves turning?
Station stop is Boyd.
Boys. It's boys.
Do you like...
Next station. Boys.
How was the train bathroom? Was it weird? Oh, okay. Did you notice that we went through a little tunnel? Did you see it?
No.
Oh, it got real dark in here. Yeah, it was pretty wild. We'll see it again. We're in a tunnel. We're in a tunnel. It just got dark outside. It is very dark outside. Oh, we just came out.
Bus train stops at Point of Rocks.
This station is Point of Rocks. train we can see? I wonder if there's another train we can see over here.
I don't know.
Hey, I see that. Ooh.
That's the Monocacy River. That was the Monocacy River. Are you having fun eating that bottle?
You have to wait until the train stops. How many people did you see in car? Did you see it?
Bouncy houses! Yeah!
Where do you see? Oh no, not bouncy houses.
Oh, yeah, bouncy
I know
houses.
where we're going.
What? Hey, I think we're. Oh, it looks like we're almost there to the bouncy houses. That means we're gonna be.
Oh, we're eating first.
Oh, la la.
If you're a good listener and you eat your lunch.
There's a caboose.
Is there a caboose?
That's a caboose right there, bud. Right there. So did you have fun on your first train ride?
Yeah.
You got to use the train potty?
We're here.
So your first train ride, huh? There she blows. The boys' first train ride. Nice ride. It's been many a years since I've been on an Amtrak train. Used to ride them back and forth from DC to Philly. And that was fun. It's always good to get on a train and go for a ride. We just rode the train, and it was funny because there were actually people saying that they were disappointed because the view was not good. You're riding an Amtrak train on a CSX line. There is no views. You're looking at rock, woods, and you're on a rail bed that's probably been there for 150 years. So here we are, Brunswick, for the festival. A lot of nice. The smells are good. He wants to hit the bouncy houses. We will do. If your cell phone fell in there, would you get it? This is the area of emotional breakdowns and angry parents. Because all you have to do is say one thing. It's time to leave. And all hell breaks loose. Little dude. Doing it with the Boy Scouts. Man, got to do your own shaved ice. Good? She is I'm not gonna say impersonator, but she is singing Patsy Cline music, and she's dressing the part. Delicious. In the National Park Museum on the Canal at Brunswick, and here's something very interesting that they talked about. one of a couple different plans, but actually damming up the Potomac River at one time and flooding and creating these large man-made lakes along the river. And there is a dam in the middle of the area, but nothing of the size that would have created this. And you would see that there would have been another dam at Harper's Ferry flooding that back there, which there is one, dam number 4, but it's further up. But nothing to flood it along that lines. And you can see what they were looking at possibly creating with damming up the Potomac. Interesting. I know. I'm sorry for eating some of your snow cone. Will you forgive me? I know it. I knew you would. I just knew it. Go upstairs. Look, we're in the train museum. And interesting, Capital Limited. And that is the last steam train engine to leave Brunswick, Maryland, pulling a train. August 8th, 1950. It's probably hard to see with the glare, but second floor is the Brunswick History Museum. But just look at this. This is something you probably would have seen in an old department store, or something of that type back in the day. Pretty nice. And look at this. Look at that old fire hat. Look at these shoes. That's the Wicked Witch of the West right there. Look at all the different lanterns. That is really, really cool. I gotta come back here and spend more time here. The old organizations that used to exist that no longer do. A lot more community back then than what is present day. This picture was taken by a gentleman, Alexander Gardner, from Brunswick facing Virginia. I know it's hard to see with the glare, but this is after the Confederacy had retreated back into Virginia, and this was the Union Army in pursuit after the Battle of Gettysburg. So there is actually what it used to look like, Brunswick, Maryland, before they sent the major operations of the trains out of here and to Cumberland, Maryland. So that is representing all this scale model. There's the roundhouse, all the tracks, trains. And then talking to the gentleman, he says they're actually moving the operations out of Cumberland to even further west now. Look at this. Now this is some trains right here. There's a panoramic view of the Brunswick Yard, 1910. And there is more over here. And yet it continues to travel. Silver Spring. So we're looking at probably the beginning. Whoa. And then Washington's Union Station. This train here was wrecked in DC at Union Station just before Dwight Eisenhower's inauguration. And the train was actually cut into pieces, removed, taken to Altoona, Pennsylvania, and rebuilt and reused, placed back in service until 1983. And there's the little blurb about it right there. This Native American statue sat on the building that we are currently in. At that time, it was called the Improved Order of the Red Men. And here's a picture of it. It's hard to see, but there it is right there. And this is the building we're in right now. A Welch Springfield clock made in Connecticut, and the people working on the train used to go by and use this clock to set their watches to. Pretty cool. You see, look how high this house is built. I mean, whew. And this was the old, I think a Chesapeake and Hudson Inc., whatever the heck that is, but obviously you see it was the old People's National Bank. Old church. A lot of cool structures here in this town. So did you have a good time today? Yeah. We will most definitely be back next year when this Railroad Days event. This was awesome. Lots of vendors. Cool stuff through the town. Historic stuff. Food. Awesome day. See you later.